You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Good evening and welcome to News 25. I'm Missy Kohler. Today is Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. For the third time now, former U.S. President Donald J. Trump is being indicted, this time regarding the January 6 riots which occurred at the U.S. Capitol building. R.J. Camacho has the details.
On August 1st, former U.S. President Donald Trump was indicted on felony charges for allegedly working to overturn the results of the 2020 election due to the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol building.
Today, an indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with conspiring to defraud the United States, conspiring to disenfranchise voters, and conspiring and attempting to obstruct an official proceeding.
For those unaware, to be indicted, by definition, is to be given formal notice that it is believed that they have committed a crime. It doesn't mean that one is guilty of a crime, but that they are accused with and charged for it. Donald Trump's indictment is of 4 counts: conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstructing of and attempting to obstruct an official proceeding, and finally, conspiracy against rights. This will be the former president's third indictment, which was investigated by special counsel Jack Smith, and the appointed judge for this case will be Judge Tanya Chutkan, who was previously responsible for sentencing January 6 defendants. The third indictment for Donald Trump has caused the Trump campaign to speak out about the charges. Trump himself took to social media to speak out about these recent events. In one post, he stated that, "I hear that deranged Jack Smith, in order to interfere with the presidential election of 2024, will be putting out yet another fake indictment." Trump went on to question why these charges weren't brought up 2.5 years. And according to Trump's post, he believes that they wanted to do this in the middle of his campaign. In another post by the former president, he continued questioning the fake indictment by pointing fingers at Joe Biden's allegations to lying to the American people when he said he had no knowledge about his son's business dealings and was not involved, and stated that we are a nation in decline.
Since the attack on our Capitol, the Department of Justice has remained committed to ensuring accountability for those criminally responsible for what happened that day. This case is brought consistent with that commitment, and our investigation of other individuals continues.
As of 9 a.m. this morning, August 2nd, the York fire is at 30% containment.
The York fire, which began on July 28th in the New York mountain range of the Mojave National Preserve located in eastern San Bernardino County. As of August 2, 2023 at 9 a.m., estimated acreage is 82,437 acres, with 8,288 acres located in Clark County, Nevada. The fire is 30% containment and continues to grow to the northeast. Minimal fire behavior was noted during the day shift on August 1, 2023, due to rain on the south end of the fire. Despite recent rainfall, firefighters are remaining vigilant and remain prepared as a drying trend is on the horizon. Humid and moist conditions with chances of rainstorms is expected to continue today before warming and drying by Thursday into the weekend. Smoke from the fire is reaching into Nevada and southern Utah. For current smoke impacts and for tips on managing your exposure of wildfire smoke, please visit airnow.gov.
A woman in Las Vegas is arrested for attempting to hire a person to murder her father, according to investigators.
On July 27th, a Las Vegas woman named Monique Williams was arrested on the charges of suspicion of solicitation to commit murder and prohibited person in possession of a gun. According to reports, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department stated that detectives were tipped to a possible murder for hire case in October of last year. Also, according to reports, an unidentified source stated to police that Williams spoke about needing to have someone taken care of. The source continued, stating that Williams allegedly contacted them, stating that she had a another job for them and asked if they needed guns. Williams later allegedly messaged this person a picture of the address, house, and photo of the alleged target and promised to pay the source $10,000. Police conducted a search of Williams' house after obtaining a search warrant and confiscated 6 phones and 2 firearms. According to reports, Williams told police that she had no contact with her father and denied any wrongdoing. She later stated that she allegedly texted her dad pretending to be her mother, explaining that they talked about money that would be owed to him or the other family members through an inheritance. Detectives searched Williams' phone, and while they did not find any messages with a confidential source, they did find a chat that used the acronym MFH, which detectives believe means murder for hire. Williams has been released on medium-level electronic monitoring and has been barred from having any weapons while released. A preliminary hearing has been scheduled for September 13th.
A man is treated for heat illness after he illegally drove off-road in Death Valley National Park, according to park rangers.
2 people who got lost driving in Death Valley National Park on July 4th resulted in one of them being transported to a hospital for heat illness. 2 men got their vehicles stuck in the salt flat after driving illegally almost a mile off the road. 2-Star Towing removed their vehicle from the salt flat on July 27th, carefully using a skid steer to minimize additional off-road damage. The park visitors got lost while navigating by GPS. They took a wrong turn onto West Side Road and drove back and forth on the gravel road for about 3 hours. Around midnight, they became concerned about running out of gas and decided to drive directly across the salt flat to Badwater Road. Driving off-road is illegal in Death Valley National Park. The incident serves as a reminder to have a plan and be prepared before traveling to remote locations like Death Valley National Park. GPS navigation can be unreliable. There is no cell phone service in most of the park. Visitors should travel with an up-to-date road map. It is safest to stay on paved roads during the summer heat. For more information on how to safely visit Death Valley National Park, go to nps.gov/DEVA.
When we come back, we'll tell you about a new bill being proposed that could benefit law enforcement. So stay with us.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by John Air. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, call 775-751-2372.
Welcome back to News 25. A new bill aimed at increasing the recruitment and retaining law enforcement has been presented by Senator Jackie Rosen. RJ Camacho reports.
Recently, a new bill aimed at supporting law enforcement agency efforts to hire and retain officers was announced by Senator Jackie Rosen. The bill supports these law enforcement agencies by establishing a federal pipeline program, which will support increased collaboration between local departments and schools to better facilitate recruitment activities and encourage young people to enter careers in law enforcement. This bill also aims to expand the existing COPS hiring program in order to help cover local police departments' recruiting and onboarding cuts. Senator Rosen goes on to state, at a time when communities are facing rising crime, we must do everything we can to increase our support for public safety. Our law enforcement agencies deserve the resources they need to keep our communities safe.
This Friday, all national park entry fees will be waived since it's the 3rd anniversary of the Great American Outdoors Act. Rory Roselle has this story.
Entrance fees will be waived on Friday, August 4th at Death Valley National Park and all other National Park Service sites. This is the 3rd anniversary of the Great American Outdoors Act that makes a huge difference in the protection and enjoyment of national parks and other public lands. A proposed 2024 GAOA project for the Death Valley National Parks will provide multi-million-dollar funding to rehabilitate the water and wastewater systems in Furnace Creek and Cow Creek. These water systems provide drinking water for over 1,700,000 park visitors and approximately 800 residents that include the Shoshone Village and employees. This utility system is currently in a state of failure. The water systems broke 45 times last year, and there were also 5 major sewer spills. This project will provide a more reliable service and reduce the park's emergency costs. The GAOA's National Park and Public Lands Legacy Restoration Fund is a part of an effort to address the extensive maintenance and repair backlog in national parks. Supported by the Revenue and Energy Development, the fund provides up to $1.3 billion per year for 5 years. Park visitors are reminded that the fee-free destination only applies to entrance fees and does not affect fees for camping. For those who plan to spend time at the parks beyond August 4th, will need to pay the regular entrance fee and for the remainder of their stay. Additional fee days this year are September 23rd, National Public Lands Day, and November 11th, Veterans Day. For more information, you can visit the Death Valley National Park website at www.nbs.gov/DEVA.
Our local high school football team is hosting a fundraiser this weekend to help purchase all of the practice items needed for this 2023 season.
The Pahrump Valley High School football team is hosting their yearly spaghetti dinner fundraiser this Saturday, August 5th. The doors will open at 6 p.m. and the auction will begin at around 7 p.m. The fundraiser is open to public with a small entry fee of $5. This entry fee covers a plate for dinner and also secures you a seat at the baking fundraiser. The money that is raised will go to the team's practice items, gear, as well as anything else that the team needs for this 2023 football season. Last year, the team raised $28,000, beating their previous record that they made at $17,000. This fundraiser gets a little competitive between varsity and JV because they always try and see who bids the most. The Trojans began their heat conditioning on Monday, July 31st, and they will have their first official practice Monday, August 7th. Beginning the 7th, practices will move to 2:30 p.m. for the remainder of the season. The Trojans will kick off their 2023 season with their home opener against Somerset Luce Lions Academy on August 18th, the week after school starts.
The Nye County Animal Shelter Manager is here to tell us about the National Clear the Shelter campaign.
Today's Rescue a Pet segment is brought to you by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
Hi, I'm Natasha Crabtree, and I'm the Animal Shelter Manager. We're here at the Nye County Animal Shelter celebrating the National Clear the Shelter campaign. Our goal is to clear the shelter of all homeless animals. So right now we are waiving the fees of all of our adoptions. That means that every approved adopter can take home an animal free of charge. The Nye County Animal Shelter is located at 1580 East Seary Lane, across from the Nye County Treasurer's Office, and we're open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can view all of our adoptable animals at 24petconnect.com and search our zip code, which is 89060.
School is just around the corner, and Pahrump Valley High School is hosting their freshman orientation and open house on Tuesday.
Hey Trojans, this is Rory Rosso with your student news report, and I wanted to bring something to your guys' attention. The Pahrump Valley High School wanted to let you guys know that if you would like a locker this year, you would need to stop by the main office during open house on Tuesday, August 8th, from 4:45 to 6 p.m. This year, they are not automatically assigning lockers since most students do not use them or want them. Additionally, students will check out a Chromebook for home use or books during the first week of school or during open house. Chromebooks for class will be provided in the classroom each day, and schedules are now available on Infinite Campus, Parent, or the Student Portal. This saves you from having to take a trip to the school. And just a reminder that freshman orientation is also on the same day as open house, but freshman orientation starts at 4 p.m. If you have any other questions or you would like to contact the school, you can call them at 775-727-7737.
Coming up, a look at sports. Stay with us.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Thanks for staying with us. Time now for a look at sports with Mikey.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports. Stanley Cup tour continued. Braden Patchell took it to his hometown of Estevan, Saskatchewan. Las Vegas Aviators in Albuquerque last night facing the Isotopes. Winners 8-4. Rematch tonight at 5:30. Las Vegas Aces, they hosted the Atlanta Dream yesterday. Do they ever get tired of winning? They won 93-72, and they clinched a playoff spot. They play the New York Liberty this Sunday at noon from Michelob Ultra Arena. And Pahrump Valley High School athletes, if you still need a physical, Rosemary Clark Middle School is holding a sports physical night tomorrow, August 3rd, from 6:30 to 8:30 inside the RCMS gym. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
August 1st is recognized as World Lung Cancer Day. And here in the United States, lung cancer is the second most common cancer in both men and women, which is why lung cancer screenings are so important.
When we're talking about smoking and the possibility of lung cancer, that is often very scary, and people hesitate coming to the doctor, just being afraid of the possible news that they can get.
But Dr. Humberto Choi with Cleveland Clinic says that fear shouldn't stop a person from getting screened, especially if it can save their life. Right now, lung cancer screenings are recommended annually for adults between 50 and 80 years old who have a 20-pack year smoking history and currently smoke or have quit within the past 15 years. For those unfamiliar, a lung cancer screening is non-invasive and involves a CT scan, which creates a detailed X-ray of the lungs. And while smoking is the leading cause for lung cancer, there can be other risk factors too. For example, lung cancer can run in a person's family, or they could be exposed to something environmental like radon.
If you are in that group that would qualify for screening, I would certainly recommend that. So we have a chance to find any possible sign of the disease early. And by the way, most nodules or spots that we find in the CT scan done for screening, they're actually benign. So often we just monitor them.
Dr. Choi says besides lung cancer screenings, it's also important to tell your physician about any concerning symptoms like coughing or coughing up blood, losing weight, new shortness of breath, or wheezing.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
It was a little humid today and actually got to be kind of nice in the afternoon. John will have your full weather forecast coming up in just a bit, so stick around.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, all up and down the Ace Country Radio Network and worldwide on the local BTV app, the app that's better than apple pie. Fight me. 93 degrees out there in Fernley, 94 in Fallon. Carson City saw 90. It's 84 in Tonopah. That makes you the cool spot, and actually super pleasant. 88 out in Goldfield. Beatty saw 97. It's 103 in Amargosa. Degree off of yesterday, heading in the right direction. 94 out there in Las Vegas is super nice poolside. And Death Valley, 115 degrees. Still miserable here in the Paradise of Pahrump, however. Let's look at 96 and rejoice. Look at that. Great. 98 degrees just a little bit earlier. Felt just like body temperature, man. Could hardly even tell the weather was going on. Sun rose this morning at 5:51. Setting this evening, let's look for it to go away at 7:48 as we head to our low tonight of 75 degrees. We'll see some partly cloudy skies, beautiful star watching tonight, and an awesome sunset. Humidity at 17%. Seems like it's drying up. Are these clouds going to go away tomorrow? Let's find out. Yes, and they're going to go away for about 4 or 5 days. In fact, temperatures rocketing up to triple digits once again, but staying below 105 throughout the week. Sunshine, winds about 10 miles per hour, lows at night about 75 degrees, and looks like next week, maybe we see another, just an edge of another little storm system coming on Wednesday. See some clouds off in the future. We'll see what develops out of that. All right, back to the desk. Here's Missy Kohler.
Thank you, John, and thank you for watching News 25 tonight. That wraps things up for us. I'm Missy Kohler. Have a great night.